他是我的 alpha， 想要他的命，你能算什么东西？盛先生，你中毒了，如果我不永久标记你的话，就没法救你的命。
华勇，
盛先生，是我，你确定不讨厌我
？Sheng Shaoyou, an S-class alpha, usually carried the weight of dominance in his very presence. But tonight, his strength was faltering. His lips were pale, his body burning with a fever that consumed every fiber of his being. Hua Yong stood over him, eyes fierce yet trembling with emotion. He bent down, brushing his lips across the wounded gland at the back of Sheng Shaoyou's neck. A sigh escaped his lips, filled with pain and yearning. How pitiful, he whispered. From his body flowed a soothing pheromone, cool, gentle, and impossibly rare. It wrapped tightly around Sheng Shaoyou, easing his pain, bringing a faint color back to his lifeless lips. But Hua Yong knew, even an alpha of the highest class could not survive the poison coursing through his veins. A frown creased Hua Yong's face. His heart ached as he muttered softly, "Mr. Sheng, permanent marking should have been something beautiful. I even wrote a 100,000-word plan for it. I wanted to wait until after marriage. But now I have no choice." Lowering his head, his tongue traced gently across the pinholes of Sheng Shaoyou's gland. His breath was trembling, his voice hoarse. "I have to mark you to save your life. Forgive me. Otherwise, I will lose control." And then he bit. The world seemed to stop in that moment. The fragrance of Sheng Shaoyou's blood mingled with Hua Yong's pheromones, binding them together. Their fates became one. A faint glow bloomed on Sheng Shaoyou's neck, an orchid mark. Not just any orchid, but the legendary ghost orchid. A flower so rare that it was said to be worth tens of millions, yet priceless because of its scarcity. Its pale petals shone faintly in the dim light, releasing a cool fragrance that filled the entire room. Hua Yong's eyes widened. His clear pupils shrank with excitement and disbelief. The satisfaction coursing through him was overwhelming. It made his head spin, his chest burn. For him, this was no ordinary act. This was destiny. The man who once ruled without a crown now felt like the richest man alive. He wanted to give away fortunes, grant amnesty to the world, because nothing mattered anymore. He finally had what he longed for. "Mr. Sheng," he whispered, his voice shaking. "You can't escape anymore. You're mine." The air in the room thickened. Pheromones overflowed, saturating the space until it was nearly unbearable. Sheng Shaoyou, lost in fever and weakness, could barely think. He slumped against the bed, body trembling as though engulfed by fire. Every nerve screamed with desire and confusion. To him, Hua Yong was a spring of cool water in a desert, someone he both resisted and needed. His arms reached out, pulling Hua Yong close, his lips trembling with words he himself could not understand. Their kisses were hot, desperate, filled with a mix of love and madness. Hua Yong's hands trembled as he held the man he adored for so long. His eyes glistened with both greed and tenderness. He kissed, coaxed, and consumed, each moment making him ache with joy and pain. Sheng Shaoyou's moans were faint, almost inaudible, but they shook Hua Yong to his core. For the first time, the dominant alpha felt powerless, lost in a storm of desire. His strength melted away, replaced by raw vulnerability. Yet, in the height of passion, Hua Yong pulled back. He gripped Sheng Shaoyou's chin firmly, forcing him to meet his eyes. His voice, though burning, was steady. "Look at me. Think clearly before you answer. Who am I?" Sheng Shaoyou's misty eyes widened, his lips trembling. After a pause, he whispered, "You're Hua Yong." "Yes," Hua Yong breathed. His thumb brushed over those red, swollen lips. "And do you like me?" The words cut through the fog in Sheng Shaoyou's mind. His face flushed, his voice hoarse yet filled with raw honesty. "You're so annoying. I hate liars and lunatics, but Hua Yong, I like you very much. The confession shattered Hua Yong's restraint. He leaned in, kissing him deeply. Fiercely, years of suppressed longing finally unleashed. For Hua Yong, this was more than love. It was surrender. He had always wanted to win at everything in life. But for Sheng Shaoyou, he was willing to lose it all. Willing to give up power, wealth, even his pride. In that moment, nothing else in the world mattered. Only the man in his arms. The mark burned on Sheng Shaoyou's neck, releasing a scent unlike any other. Bitter, sweet, intoxicating. Hua Yong buried his face against his lover's skin, trembling with joy. His eyes darkened as desire surged again. His every muscle tensed with hunger. The alpha who once stood untouchable, proud, powerful, a king was now conquered. He was both hunter and prey, both master and captive. Completely possessed and completely captured. The night blurred into waves of heat and trembling breaths. The scent of orchids filled the air, mingling with the faint aroma of wine. The silk sheets glistened under the soft light, crumpled beneath their bodies. At last, Sheng Shaoyou gasped, his voice broken and hoarse. Enough. But Hua Yong knew enough would never exist. His desire for this man was endless. He wanted to give him everything. Wealth, power, children, love. The whole world if it meant keeping him close. The storm inside him was unstoppable. He held Sheng Shaoyou tightly, heart pounding like a drum, body trembling with the intensity of emotions too vast to name. His embrace was suffocating, yet filled with desperate tenderness. For Hua Yong, this was the ultimate torture and the ultimate joy. Sheng Shaoyou's tears slid silently down his flushed cheeks, his body torn between exhaustion and passion. He was both broken and whole, destroyed and saved. His heart, once so proud and untouchable, had been captured completely. The hunter had become the hunted. The alpha had become the omega. The king had surrendered his throne for love, and Hua Yong? He finally had what he longed for most in this world. His voice, trembling with devotion, whispered in the darkness, "You are mine, forever." And that's the story of Hua Yong and Sheng Shaoyou, love both dangerous and beautiful, filled with madness, passion, and fate. If this story gripped your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next chapter of ABO Desire. Tell me in the comments, do you think this was true love or obsession disguised as love?